Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the People's Forum of In the Streets with Big Stone. Today, ladies and gentlemen, it's a very historical day because today is September 11th, 2017. As you can recall, many years ago in the United States of America, September was a miserable day where a lot of people have lost their lives. Ladies and gentlemen, today is spiritual because we're sitting here with God's angel right next to me. On my far right is Stanford Brown, the father of Tremayne Brown. To my right, ladies and gentlemen, is God's angel, Tremayne Brown. And to my left is none other than my friend for over 20 years, Michael Smith, aka Mikey Beard. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I was invited by the Browns family to come to Rima to have a conversation with Tremayne Brown. But ladies and gentlemen, we are blessed because his father is here. And we want the world to know what kind of a man Stanford Brown is to produce a son as Tremayne Brown. Because Tremayne Brown, ladies and gentlemen, is one in a zillion. Not much people would want to do what Tremayne Brown do. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk with his father first, Stanford Brown. Stanford, welcome to In the Streets.
Welcome.
You have to speak a little bit up so we can hear you, Stanford. Stanford, who is Stanford Brown to produce a human being like Tremayne Brown?
Stanford Brown, yeah. I was a sufferer.
Yes.
Didn't grow up into a good home, no, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But blessed be to God, amen. I found God at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
So find God at the right time. Right now, God have been blessing me,
Mm-hmm.
and being baptized, go to church, and I became to be a minister of religion.
You are?
A minister of religion.
Okay.
I'm a minister of religion over 5 years now.
Okay.
Okay. I was in London, come back home, build at my church,
Mm-hmm.
and so forth. Tremayne Brown, my first son.
Mm-hmm.
I take him to London when he was 6 years old.
Wow.
And he done 17 years in London.
Wow.
And he get to come back to Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
and over 6 months ago.
6 months ago.
6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I think by God's will, he done it all for me.
What is the name of your church?
The New Independent Baptist Church.
The New Independent Baptist Church. And can you imagine, Stanford Brown, in 1865, the Honorable Paul Bogle was also a Baptist minister. And Paul Bogle was selfless, like your son. Paul Bogle actually gave his life for the people of St. Thomas. When the plantation masters was raping our women, were taking away the provision that we grow with our hands, Paul Bogle saw that wasn't right. And because he saw that wasn't right, and the amount of killing that took place in St. Thomas, he went and walked from Stony Gut to Spanish Town, a total of 67 miles. And when he got to Spanish Town and he spoke to the then governor here, the governor didn't want to talk to him. Who are you? He said, well, I'm Paul Bogle from Stony Gut, a deacon Baptist minister. He said, well, I don't want to talk to you. Paul Bogle had to walk all the way back to Stony Gut, another 67 miles. And after a couple of months run off Stanford, and the plight of the people was so wicked, the slave masters coming down on the people's back, he decided to walk back again to Spanish Town. And he walked another 67 miles to Spanish Town. And to make a long story short, he was denied another audience with the governor here. So what Paul Bogle did was, 152 years ago, he went from Stony Gut, walking 6.5 miles to Maran Bay to meet the governor. The governor still didn't want to talk to him and opened fire, killing 11 of Paul Bogle's men. Paul Bogle could not have that because Paul Bogle was saying, how can you kill our people for no reason? And Paul Bogle rose up the rebellion, and the rest is history. So you being a Baptist minister and to have a son like Tremayne, is a very significant thing. I think the gospel is coming to fulfillment because Tremayne now is a bright, shining light for the people of Jamaica and the people of the world to see that out of Rima, little Rima, Rima that has been seen as a bad place from time to time. People lost their lives here over political differences and so on. And how can Rima produce this quality of an individual that gave of his life? So tell me more about the church and what the church is doing.
Well, at this moment, we have service 2 time a week, on
Mhm.
Sunday and Wednesday.
Where is the church located? Tell everybody in the world.
14 First Street,
14 First Street,
Kingston 12, Lower
Kingston
4th
12.
Street, Lower First Street, Kingston 12.
Okay.
And we have fasting every first Monday, start at 3 o'clock. We have our midday service, start at 12. We have our night service, start at 7 o'clock. And things. So we have baptism, we have social with the guys then in the community. And I speak with everybody in the community.
Which is
Good
a great thing.
relationship
I have to
with
applaud you for
everybody.
that.
Yeah.
No wonder your son turned out to be the kind of person that he is. What kind of person was Tremayne as a young man coming up? What are your memories of him?
My memories on Tremayne that before he go to London, he was brilliant because school, work, and until he used to go to basic school, I used to carry him to school myself at school. And after my mom passed off, my mom and my grandmother did have him. And after my mom passed off and I decided to go to London, I hesitate, I get married and get my papers, and as I get my status, I come from a son.
Okay.
To London.
Thank God. Yes.
To London. So, I think he come back and do a great, marvelous work, and I thank God for that, because God is good all the time.
You're blessed. Your seed is blessed, my brother. And I know people of the world, later on we're going to furnish you, ladies and gentlemen, with a contact number for Stanford Brown. And how you can get through to him, how you can make donation, because his church is right behind me in the middle of Rima. And it needs repair and it needs a whole lot of other stuff to be done so that more people, he can accommodate more people to come and serve the Almighty. I'm not going to get to you, Tremayne, because you're the star, you have to wait till, I'm here with Mikey, Michael Smith. Mikey, how you doing?
Well, not too bad, Long time.
I haven't seen Mikey in about, about 20 years?
20 years.
About 20 years old, ladies and gentlemen. And when I thought about Tremayne, Michael was the person that I called. I just so happened to have Michael's number. And I called Michael about 12 o'clock last night and said, Mikey, you know Mr. Brown? He said, Tremayne? He said, yes, man, I know Tremayne. I know his father very well. I said, what? I said, listen, I need to talk to his father and speak to Tremayne. He said, no problem, Big Stone. Tomorrow morning I'll set up the interview so you can come down here and speak to the Browns. So Mikey, thank you very much for doing that. So Mikey, what is Rima like now? I mean, Rima, I've seen its fair share of everything.
Rima is a place where, as they say, Bob Marley tell them, they always ask them, question, can any good come out of Trenchtown?
Wow.
Well, what happened on Friday showed them that Trenchtown is ever up and running. And
but some of the greats came out of Bob Marley came out of Trenchtown, Buddy Wheeler, Mikey Beard,
they always
Tremayne
say,
Brown.
can any good come out of Trenchtown? This is something that the world can see for themselves. So there's good in Trenchtown every time.
And I did a vlog yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, and the vlog I did was about Tremayne. And while I was talking about Tremayne, my eyes got teared up because to see someone in a gully that is moving faster than the speed of Irma. Irma travels at 175 miles an hour, ladies and gentlemen. Irma travels at 175 miles an hour, and that gully at CollySmith Drive was going faster than that. And what really caught me was the fact that Tremayne, 23 or 24? 24 years old, clutched onto little Reynaldo Reynolds for dear life, and he never let go. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour, Tremayne Brown. Tremayne, it is an honor for me to meet with you. I feel special today. Tremayne, tell me a little bit about yourself. You said you were a basketball player, footballer. Speak up a little louder so we can hear you.
I enjoy anything to do with sports.
Anything to do with
Yes,
sports.
yes.
So you're a footballer also?
Yeah.
How tall are you, man?
6'2".
6'2". So ladies and gentlemen, that in itself is risky. In a gully, moving at 175, 180 miles an hour, anything could have been sticking out in that gully. It could be an old piece of iron, it could have been a rock, it could have been some. What was it like traveling faster than the speed of sound? Because that's what it appears. What was it like in that gully?
Frightening.
It was frightening. What made you do it? Because that is $1 million question that I can't answer. What made you do it, man?
Only God can tell you.
Only God can tell you. Ladies and gentlemen, when I did the research on Tremayne, I found out that little Reynaldo lived only meters away, close proximity. Tremayne has never met him before. So it's not like he knows little Reynaldo and has a liking for little Reynaldo. He didn't know little Reynaldo from Adams. It is a remarkable thing. One thing that really touches me though was the fact that you said, and I was watching you on television, you said while you was going through that gully, tell me the rest. You grab onto a limb.
And as I'm holding on to it,
Hold on.
as I'm holding on to the limb, the boy in my pray
Mhm.
and he said, "Don't let go of me. Make sure you don't let go of me." And he must chant and chant, but I don't remember the prayer he was saying.
Mhm.
All I know that's what he said.
Wow. So you see, while he was going through the gully, little Reynaldo was chanting and praying and asking you not to let him go. That in itself, ladies and gentlemen, is a very sad thing. And you know what make me even have more respect for Tremayne? Tremayne could have easily eyed that fact to say that he was the one who did it all. He was the one that held on to little Tremayne. He was the one that brought little Tremayne out of death's door. But he also acknowledged, with his humility, that what Tremayne said in prayer kept him going. That means the Almighty God is real, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let anybody fool you. There is a true and living God. Okay? So Tremayne, when you grabbed the first branch and it snapped, what did you say to yourself?
I thought he was gonna die.
You thought you was gonna die. And then you move further down the gully.
And then I seen the second branch, and that's when I reached out to hold that one.
Good thing you're 6'2", sister. Ladies and gentlemen, it's good thing you are Tremayne as one of them lying on. And I'm talking about you NBA people anywhere in the United States, anywhere all over the world. Tremayne is 6'2". Tremayne can be a basketball star on any team. And I think he should be a star because he would be a shining example for all of the NBA players to stand beside a real hero. So with your long arms, right? You did one of the Michael Jordan dunk, right? And that's a bomb and grab it. And it worked, right? So what happened? What?
He could have let go the youth to see it himself.
Exactly.
But he didn't. So that is something else. Now when you find yourself in
It's struggle, difficulty,
you
yeah.
have to why can't manage it. So he could have let go the youth.
And if you could have let go the
You
youth.
understand me? And
Yes.
he didn't do that. So
Thank
he
you.
can, why when me hear man, me tell him father say just God work, you know. God work. Nothing else.
Because
Yes.
even though, what my friend Michael Smith is saying, even though he jumped off into the gully, ladies and gentlemen, and he grabbed hold of little Reynaldo, right? Going through the gully, he started to get into difficulties where he found out that his own life now is gone. So he could have easily said, boy, me a boycott that time and abandon that thing and let go the youth and to save himself. But he didn't do that. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what I want most of you guys out there that are not doing good. You're creating problems in your community. You're killing little kids. Be like a Tremayne Brown, ladies and gentlemen, because Tremayne Brown is a shining example of what a real, genuine hero is. Now, there's a lot of people all over the world, including my friend Fred from Toronto, who has an interest in Tremayne. There's a lot of other people, so I'm going to ask his father, what is your contact number, Mr. Brown?
My contact number is 27 47 33.
The area code, ladies and gentlemen, is 1-877-278-4713. And you can get Stanford Brown, the direct father of Tremayne Brown. I brought a gift for you, man. Yeah, I was at my house and I said to myself, the spirit tells me that I have to go see Tremayne. And in coming to see Tremayne, I said I'm gonna bring something for you because I know that Tremayne, got into some difficulties and he had to leave England to come to Jamaica. He might not even have a bank account because there's a lot of people all over the world might want to get in touch with Tremayne. So I said I want to be that person to start you out with your bank account. I'm gonna make a donation from my heart of $10,000, man. Give it to you. Here. Tremayne, I give you from my heart because I think you deserve it and I think you deserve millions more. Okay? There's a lot of people that love you all over the world, man. And a lot of people will reach out because nothing is happening for you right now. You're here, what, about 6 months now since you came down from England? Don't worry about that. That negative has now been turned into positive. We turn stumbling blocks into stepping stone, negative into positive. Why you came from England? Nobody knows, but the Almighty knows. Little Reynaldo knows. So thank you very, very much. You can go now, open up your account, man, and have fun, okay?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. What's the address here?
14 Lower First Street, Kingston.
Here we are at 14 Lower First Street in Rema, Trenchtown, Bob Marley Place.
Right next to the culture yard.
Right next to the culture yard, as my friend Mikey said. Man, this has been a wonderful thing. Tremayne, I know your life is going to change now tremendously. Just be careful in making your decisions. There's a whole lot of vampires and a whole lot of vipers that's going to come clutching at you. Stick close to your dad, listen to your fathers, because he's the one that made you. You understand what I'm saying? He's the one that was there with you through all these ups and downs. Stay close to that, no matter what. Hang in there with that. And then of course, Michael Smith, a very, very good friend of mine, a person that I know is trustworthy. I trust Mikey with my life. And I know Mikey will steer you also and make sure that what you achieve, the order of distinction for bravery, that you're going to get next month. And I'm saying, Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Andrew Onis, I know that the process of selecting your awardees might be closed, but this very tremendous feat of bravery can kind of help your Zosa program and bring some healing to Jamaica. Because what Tremayne has done, he has demonstrated to the citizens of Rema. They call him the Trench Town hero. He has demonstrated that he has nothing. Did you have any money in your pocket when you jump into not a dime, right? See, ladies and gentlemen, he didn't have a dime. All he had to give little Reynaldo was his life. And he just said, take it. So thank you once again, my brother. You're a great human being. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Lower First Street, 14 Lower First Street in the yard. What's the name of the church?
New Independent Baptist Church.
The New Independence Baptist Church. What we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen, Tremayne is going to open up his account in his name. And of course, we're going to post the account number along with the contact number for his father. You're not on Facebook yet? You're hearted. Tremayne, you're not on Instagram. You're not on YouTube. But you're all over the world. You're there on CVM, you're there on TVJ, you're there everywhere. But more you have your Facebook account, so your fans, because you have fan base now, You have millions of people in Africa, in Switzerland, in France, in the United States of America, in Britain, in Jamaica. The 14 parish are your own. Okay? So you need to open up that, get your own fan base going. You need to have your Instagram account, right? You're getting a new phone, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So after you get your new phone, you establish all those things, your email address, because people will want to talk to you from time to time, your Skype, because people from all over the world is going to want to talk with you. And because very rare, you're like oil in Jamaica. Very rare we find someone that can give his life in a situation to save somebody else. And that is the bravest thing anyone could ever do. I want to take this time out and big up my friend Sandra. What is your name?
Patricia.
I want to take this time out and big up Sandra, and I want to big up Patricia, and of course the cameraman is Michael, you know. Just like Mikey, you know, you say, well, big son, make sure you get me near me, that the thing. So everybody's in the thing. Stanford, who you want to shout out to? Who you want to?
I want to thank the people of Trenchtown.
Yes.
First Street, my heart beat.
Yes.
Yeah, thank everybody for the help of my son, and I just want to say to the people, just be safe with God.
Just be safe
Just
with God.
be safe in the arms of God, because with God all things
How possible. Mikey, what you want to say, man?
Well, I mean, the last thing I want to say, and the only thing I say,
Yeah.
Trenchtown did it. I mean, this what Tremayne did is a message to the rest of Jamaica and the people, I mean, in the communities that causing disruption. This is a time now you just look into yourself and know, say, oh, we can do better in everything. Because Jamaica is one of the most beautiful places in the world. We go all over, and Jamaica is the place. But just one thing keeping us back. And we need to just get rid of the negative and just stick with the positive, and all things is possible.
Mikey said to
Yes.
me, them say nothing good can come out of Trenchtown. Big Stone say, I lie will not tell.
Oh.
See it here. So Tremayne, what you want to say, man, in party?
I just want to say big up to everyone
Mhm.
in Jamaica and big up to everyone that's supporting us. You see?
Not a problem. And I was told to give you the special message. My friend who is from Ghana, his name is Kwaku Ampufu. He says to send personal regards to you, man, and thank you very much for doing something like you did. Maureen Gutsmore again, she lives all the way in Germany, right? She says to send enough love and respect. My wife in New York, Dormalee Sinclair, my twin boys, Sean and Shane and Claudia, and my son Ryan, everybody send their love for you. Also, Bonnie Owens, she lives in Toronto. She says to tell you that she loves you from the depths of my heart. Now, these are all people that you don't know. But guess what? They know you. All right? So, ladies and
That's who
gentlemen,
you know, you know.
is that who you know? So, ladies and gentlemen, basketball star, what again?
Tremayne Brown.
No, I know your name. You know your name. You have to tell me your name, brethren. Basketball star, football, and what again?
Everything.
Everything. Tremayne Brown coming to you from 14
I say
lower. Tremayne Brown coming to you from 14 lower First Street. Thank you very much for watching, man. And a ball. Big up.